So today I'm building an AI agent for a business in the local area, and I figure why not just build it live in front of you guys so you can see exactly what I do step by step. Now, this specific agent sells for an average $3,000 per month, and in some cases, much more than that. So what does it do? It converts leads into customers for any business. And by any business, I mean anyone that wants to generate more customers and therefore more revenue. They can plug this into their company and they can increase their lead conversion rate. Now, the problem is, or the good thing is for us, business owners don't know this technology exists, and even if they did, they don't have the time to implement it themselves, which is where service providers like you and I come in. We can build it on behalf of companies and therefore build an agency where we are implementing AI agents on behalf of companies and therefore charging on a monthly basis for that process. Now, specifically for today, I'm building this agent for a High Rocks gym. High Rocks is like the new trendy CrossFit, okay? This High Rocks gym runs Facebook ads to generate more signups to the gym. The offer on those Facebook ads is a new or a free trial signup. So they get a free trial session. Someone who hasn't been to High Rocks before sees the ad, they fill in their name, email, phone number. And what happens is the gym owner then has to reach out to those new leads. The problem is the gym owner is busy doing the gym shit. They're working with clients naturally, and so they can't contact those leads fast enough. The leads go cold, they can't convert them, and then the gym owner is left frustrated because they're wasting money on Facebook. In fact, if you don't reach out to leads within 10 minutes, your chances of converting them decreases by 300%. And this is the problem that this agent solves. So this is a conversational AI sales agent that reaches out to leads based on any system. Okay, so these could be coming from Facebook. These could be organic leads as well. And it'll speak to them in a human-like conversation, go back and forth, and it will respond to them almost immediately. In fact, we can change how quickly we want it to respond based on how human-like we want it to feel. But not only will it respond to them, but it will qualify all of those leads as well to ensure there are no time wasters coming into the sales process. And then after that, it will book them straight onto the gym calendar or the sales calendar, depending on the business you are working with. And so now the gym owner doesn't have to contact leads at all. They can focus on what they do best whilst knowing that the leads and the money that they're spending to generate those leads is actually serving the business and helping them grow. And again, you can apply this to any business from professional services to gyms to, any company that wants to generate more customers. Okay, I've got a couple of examples of people that are using this right now. Outside of myself, Nick from We Scale Trades, this is a UK-based agency making over 50k a month in the home improvement niche. They charge $3,000 per month for clients to implement this. James from Automate Clients is making over 150k per month in his business. And there are hundreds of other agencies now that started off really as lead generation agencies and now pivoting to sell AI agents like this on behalf of their clients so they can automate more of the process, reduce their workload whilst charging more on a monthly basis. Now, very quickly, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Jordan Platten. I own Affluent.co. We're a multi-service agency based here in the UK, but we work with companies all over the globe. We launched 8 years ago, and since then, we've made tens of millions in revenue for ourselves and hundreds of millions in return on investment for our clients, offering a wide variety of services. But very recently, starting to sell AI agents to our clients as well. Hence this video today. Now, I'm going to show you a demo of this bot that we are building today, first of all, so you can get a clear picture of exactly what it does. And then I'm going to go through the whole process step by step of building it out. Okay, so here we are. Hey, it's Sam, senior opposite in. Can you confirm Mr. Jordan replies stock to unsubscribe? Thanks, Snapshot 7. And the reason why it's saying Snapshot 7 is that's the name of this account. This is not the actual client account. This is just a testing account that I've set up here so we can go through this window. If we want to change that, all we need to do is go into our settings and we can change the name of this account. So that's what that's going to do. And so I'm going to say, yes, it is. And now we're straight into conversation. What do you got? What got you interested in trying a High Rocks session? Is it for fitness, a challenge, or something else? Fitness. Okay, we will stress test this a little bit further when we're going through actually building this out, but I just want to show you basic functionality here. Nope, I'm not training at another gym at the moment. It'll be your first group spot, so to recognize that. Do you want any specific fitness goals? I want to get bigger. Okay, so what time do we want this? I want it in the evening on a Tuesday, please. Cool. So now we've got the slots come up. Let's do 4 p.m. Perfect. I've now booked you in for Tuesday at 4 p.m. Looking forward to helping you get started. In this entire conversation has been had by AI, but feels very human-like. So let's go ahead and actually build it. But before I do, I want to ask you to drop a comment under this video. I want to get to know you a bit more. So let me know why you are here, what your goals are, and what you are working towards right now. And I'm going to randomly select 1 out of every 100 people that comment down below to win a completely free coaching call with a senior member of my team, where we're going to help you achieve your goals. Now, for context, that's something we usually charge thousands for. So drop a comment down below and let me know where you're at right now. Now, this agent has been built in Appointwise, which, in my opinion, is the best AI sales agent software on the market. But a disclaimer, I am biased saying that because I am now a co-founder of the tool. But that is a reflection of how much I believe in it more than anything else, because both myself and all of my clients used this for many, many months before I even began to explore the opportunity of investing in the tool. In fact, you can go over to Google and you can see the hundreds of reviews online, and you'll very quickly see for yourself why they are the best and also why I invested in them. So let's go ahead and actually create this bot. If you click a link in the description, you'll be able to sign up to a completely free 14-day free trial for Appointwise. You can try it out for yourself and your clients, and only if you like it do you then have to go ahead and pay. So we're going to use the Copilot feature on Appointwise. This is where the system essentially creates the agent for us using a simple chat window. In fact, I'm not going to talk about it. I'll just build this thing out and we can go ahead with it. So we got to choose what we actually want the AI bot to do. So we're going to go ahead and create a new bot. And we're just going to speak to the interface, and we want to create one for our clients, but we could also create one for ourselves. Let's not get sidetracked. I'm just going to call this Hyrox Norwich. So this is the business. We hit continue. And then we get asked, do we have a website? Yes. I'm going to enter the website there. And we hit analyze website. And the Copilot is just going to process the entire website, look at the data, scrape it, and get a detailed understanding of what we're trying to achieve. Great, I've analyzed your website. Now tell me the services in detail. What problems do you solve for your customers? The more detail you provide, the better I can tailor the strategy. I'm going to keep this relatively vague and just simple, just because I want to show you the capabilities here. So, okay, so we're currently running Facebook ads to get more signups to our Hyrox gym. Want to create an agent that is going to reach out to the leads, qualify them, and get them booked in for a free trial session. Cool. We want this to book AI appointments, but we could get it just to send a booking link. So if you're working with businesses that, don't have a Google Calendar integration, so if their system doesn't integrate with Google Calendar, then you can just send a direct link to wherever their calendar is. Or we can set a custom conversion goal. So we might not even be wanting to book appointments. We could just be wanting to deliver lead magnets, for example. So we could just send a direct link. We're going to just do book appointments though. And we're going to set up, let's just hit the test calendar that I've created for the purpose of this, because I don't want to actually book into a business's calendar. Now we can choose what we want the post-booking behavior to be. So in this instance, we could turn off AI completely so nothing happens, or we could just turn off follow-ups. The reason why I would generally recommend keeping the AI on is because when you actually get into building this on behalf of businesses, you're going to start retargeting specific agents with new agents. So for example, if someone has signed up to a free trial for a Hyrox session, then we're going to want to reach back out to that lead after their trial and ask them about how that session went, and then upsell them if they haven't already upsold onto a paying membership. Okay, so let's keep the AI open so we can then re-engage with that lead later and the AI can have back and forth conversation. So here we can see this has been generated for us. We've got all the company information that's been pulled from the website. We've got frequently asked questions that's been pulled from the website as well. We've got a calendar there. We've got the actual prompt, which I'm going to show you in a moment. I'm going to be going through kind of the basics of setting up, but I'm also going to show you, for those of you that are watching this right now, already a bit advanced. You've been in the AI space for a little bit of time. You want to know how to actually go deep and granular into this, and then we'll go through them. We've also got the messages, which we can go through, and then some of the settings there as well, like the behavior, which has been automatically generated. But let's go ahead and actually just view the agent. So What we can do now is we could go through and we can go through each of these individual steps and learn how to use the platform, but we don't need to do that because you have me, okay? If we want to I'm going to skip past the advanced settings so far. These are more advanced settings. We're going to come back into these in a moment. But I'm just going to go straight through and just have a look at the conversation first of all, so we can see what's been generated. So first of all, in the conversation tab, we can see, hey, it's Sam from High Rocks Norwich. Can you confirm this is first name? So what we're doing is just getting a simple response from the individual, first of all, for them to say, yes, it is. Now, I'm going to add one extra thing to this. I'm going to say, seeing you opted in for a free trial session. Okay, so we just got the specific reason, and then can you confirm this is first name? And they'll say yes or no. Now we've got our qualification questions that have been generated from the website. So what made you interested in trying a High Rocks session? Just curious if it's for fitness, a challenge, or something else? Nice. Are you currently training anywhere, or is it your first time looking at group fitness? Do you have any fitness goals right now? Would you prefer your free trial session in the morning, evening, or weekend? I'll check what's open for you, okay? So we've got 3 qualification questions here. Generally, I recommend between 2 and 3, and then we're going straight in with then going ahead and actually booking that trial session as well. Now, I don't need to change any of these questions. These are perfect as they are. Like, we're getting to know what it is that they're trying to do. So what made them interested in it? Are they currently anywhere else? So we actually get an understanding of the likelihood of them signing up, and then what are their goals, okay? So the motivation, then their goals, and then we're then going to go ahead and actually book them straight in. We've also got the follow-ups as well. So just checking in, see if you've got my last message. No, Russ, let me know if you've got any questions about High Rocks. Quick tip, High Rocks great for all levels. If you're new, the sessions are designed to be super welcoming. Okay, so now we're handling objections in the follow-up as well. So just in case someone was intimidated by going to the gym, we've got these handled here. One of our members started as a total beginner and now crushed every session. Happy to share a story if you want. Nice. Spots for free trial sessions fill up pretty fast, especially this month. Want me to save you a spot? I'm actually just going to get rid of a couple of these follow-ups. Generally speaking, I think 3 follow-ups is absolutely fine. We could also shorten this follow-up as well. And this video isn't going to be like deep into, messaging psychology. If you want me to get deep into kind of like lead conversion messaging psychology, let me know down below and I can create a deeper video in the future. But today I just want to show you setting this up and go ahead and testing it. But if we go into booking, there is something we need to do before we can go ahead and launch and test this out. Okay, a booking is where we set what the outcome is going to be, whether we want to send a call to action link, where we set the calendar. Okay, you might be thinking, how do I integrate a calendar? That's what I'm going to come on to now. But we most importantly have to add a contact ID. We can't launch this unless we have a contact ID, and this is a contact from our CRM system. And so we use this for testing. So we can have a virtual conversation with the bot before we roll this out with real clients. You'll notice this says GHL. That stands for Go High Level. Go High Level is the CRM system, okay, that Appointwise was originally built for. Now, many of you will be familiar with this already, but if you're not, Go High Level is one of the biggest CRM systems in the world. If your clients aren't already using this, this is what I would recommend them using or you using on their behalf. I'll put a link in the description. It'll train you how to use this. It's very beginner friendly. And then in that entire video, you'll get a full understanding. Now, if you as an agency or your clients are already using a different CRM system, within the next 2 weeks, Appointwise is going to release an integration with Zapier. Zapier will allow you to integrate Appointwise with any other CRM. So if you're not using High Level or don't want to use High Level, don't worry, hold tight. You'll be able to integrate with your native system very, very soon. Now, if you are using High Level, you'll already be familiar with the interface. The way we integrate is very simple. When we sign up to Appointwise and we create our first bot, you'll be asked to log into Go High Level. That will add all of the necessary instructions from Appointwise into Go High Level. It'll basically do 90% of the integration. The final thing we need to do is add our API key. So what we need to do is go over to our settings. We go on custom values. We then hit Appointwise API key and Appointwise client key. We go here, we edit custom value, and we paste the key, okay? And we also paste the key here. Where do we get those keys? We go over to integrations on Appointwise, and you will find them there. You have the API key and the client key, and then everything is set up. You could also just follow the onboarding instructions. It'll take you through that as well, but it'll take you less than 5 minutes to go ahead and integrate. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get a contact ID right now because I want to be able to test this and show it for you. So I'm going to go ahead and let's just use this contact here. Let's go over to Appointwise. Let's paste that there. We hit save, okay? And we're ready to use that agent. We can hit test my AI now. We can then go High Rocks Norwich. This is just going to simulate a real conversation. So we can stress test this now. Okay, so let's see how this fares up. Bear in mind, we haven't edited this agent at all. This has all been built automatically based on the client's website. Okay, we haven't refined this in any way, shape, or form. Okay, let's play around. So you've got your interest in Sun High Rocks session. Just want to get abs. Okay, we're ignoring its questions. We're just like saying, I just want to get abs instead. Let's see what it says. Totally get that. Alex is great for building core strength and definition. Are you training anywhere now? Is this the first time looking? Kinda. I do yoga once a month. And we can also see the actions here as well. And if there are any errors, they will also come up here. We've set up an advanced bot, like there's tags and so on in the system. We'll be able to see them there as well. Appreciate you sharing that. Yoga's a solid start. Do you have any specific fitness goals right now beside abs? So there we're calling back to what they said originally, like getting stronger, boosting endurance. Just want to last longer in bed. Okay. Let's see what it says to that. Thanks for being honest. Improving fitness and endurance can definitely help with that. Still keeping it professional. Would you prefer a free trial session in morning, evening, or weekend? I'll check what's open. Morning, please. Nice. And now we're going to go ahead and suggest times that we can book in on that calendar. Cool. Morning. Got several days. I don't date it suits Monday to Friday. I'll share what's available. We go ahead. We say Tuesday. We can mention the time. We can go back and forth and say, no, I can't do that, etc., etc. And that bot is going to have that back and forth conversation with us. Cool. So how can we refine this? How can we edit this? And so we want to change it. Let's say we weren't happy with the tonality and we wanted it to be a bit cheekier with us. Okay. We wanted it to be a bit more off script. We go AI agents as well. Let's skip through that quite quickly. AI agents, we click on the bot. Here on the instructions, we can change, we can mess around with this on a more advanced level. So we can change the strategy name. We can change the tag. This is going to be the trigger on the system. Okay. We can then change the tone. Do we want this to be friendly and casual? Do we want this to be enthusiastic, instructive, persuasive, humorous, and witty? You see, so we could actually change the tone now. I'm going to do that and we'll see what difference it makes. We can change the initial message delay. So when this tag comes up on the CRM system and triggers the agent, how long do we want it to wait before it actually sends it? Okay. I'm going to set this at 0. We also have response delay. So like if we want to simulate that a human is responding, do we want to wait a little bit before they respond? So I've got it set to 5 seconds, somewhere between 5 and, 30 seconds as an absolute limit is what you want that delay to be. I wouldn't recommend having it too much more than that, but it depends on your situation. Then we can choose, what do we want the objection handling to be like? Top closer, or do we want it to be Mother Teresa? What do we want the qualification priority to be like? So how much do we want it to stick to making sure it qualifies? Aggressive or balanced? Creativity, stick to the script, or do we want it to get creative? Okay, let's have it stick to the script. And then we can go ahead and we can edit the prompt. Broadly, I don't recommend playing around with the prompt unless you really know what you're doing. Okay, so just be prepared. You may mess some things up if you do play around with the prompt too much. So if you're going to do so, speak to someone from Appointwise support who can give you feedback on it. Or, of course, you can, if you've got experience, feel free. Just make sure you test it. So we've got the name, so your name, let's just say I'm Sam, okay? And then we've got top performing agent at High Rocks Norwich. So we're going to just call this, we're going to go lead coach, okay? And then we can go and we can play around. We've got all these different instructions here. So we're like using natural SMS language, keep the messages under 160 characters. We can go ahead and we can add other things to this as well. If we wanted to add some disclaimers, we absolutely can do. If we want to add disqualification criteria, okay, so if the lead says this specific thing, then let's disqualify them. Do we want the character limit to be a certain amount so it only sends short text back? What language do we want this to be in? Since there's a whole number of different languages we can use. How many typos do we want to have? So if we really want to simulate human response, okay, we might have like 2 typos. So everything isn't written perfectly. And then personality traits as well. We're going to go ahead and we're going to save that. The other thing that I haven't shown you is the knowledge. And so knowledge has been pulled from the company there on the website, but we could upload any context documents that we do have on the business as well. We then also have all of the FAQs pulled from the website as well. They're on the website, but we can add new ones. And then finally, we have custom tasks. This is where it gets a little bit more complex for more advanced users. This is where we start to marry in other AI agents and so on. So this acts as a simple trigger and actions strat. So what happens is we can choose if this thing happens, then we want this thing to happen on the CRM. Okay, so for example, we could add a new trigger. We've got some default ones, like if the appointment was rescheduled, then do the right stuff on the system, update the calendar, etc. But we can add a new trigger, and we could go ahead and we could, for instance, let's go and just say add tag for fitness. Okay, or let's say for gain. And we choose an AI-based prompt. When the lead says they want to gain weight or muscle. Okay? So we might have some kind of a conditional lead magnet, okay, that when somebody says they want to gain weight, when they want to gain muscle, we send them over a resource before their session. We say, hey, you said you wanted to gain muscle. Here's a diet plan for you. Here's 5 steps to gaining 10 kilos a quarter, whatever. We send them over a free resource to increase their happiness that is relevant to them and their situation. Okay, we might, on the flip side to that, do an add tag for loss. Okay, on the flip side, here is a nutrition plan that's going to help you on losing weight. Okay, so we can really personalize the experience without a human having to get involved. So we're adding that tag. We now choose the action, so what we actually want it to do. And so we're going to go ahead and go add task. We hit create task, add tag, and we add a tag, and we're going to do gain weight. Or we're going to go gain weight. Okay, we hit save step, we go done, and there we go. We just hit save there. So now when someone says they want to gain weight, it's going to go ahead and add that to the system. So now if we go ahead and test this, let's go ahead. And let's see that trigger. And let's also just see what happens if we say the same thing again. Now we've got that witty tone. It is a bit more playful with us. Okay, I want to gain weight. Well, I'm going to say I'm going to get hench. I mean, that'll be interesting if it knows, like, the trigger is gain weight. But let's see if it knows, like, I want to gain weight from here. Look at that. Perfect. I want to get hench. Recognizes I want to gain weight. Love that. Getting hench is a solid start. Trigger, add tag for gain. So that tag has now been added to the system based on me wanting to gain weight based on my goals. Now we could remark it with some kind of lead magnet and so on, but that's for a different video, all right? If you want me to do a more advanced like agent setup, drop a comment down below and let me know. Okay, so to be honest, just shagging a lot. Right, let's see what it says. It's a little bit more casual with us, with that witty tone. Fair enough. Sounds like you keep active. Cool. Nice. Okay, so we're a little bit more casual there with the tone. We could push this even further if we wanted to with the advanced chat there. We could add, say, just be as casual as you like to be. If we wanted it to be, okay, most businesses aren't going to want that to happen. Okay, so we're pretty happy with this bot right now. Now let's just say we want to go ahead and actually test it. I want to not just go up in the testing window, but I actually want to receive a phone as if I was someone opted into the Facebook ad. Now, obviously, I can't opt into the Facebook ad right now, but what I can do is set up a separate trigger. So let me show you how the triggers work. If we go back and we go into automation, what we can do is we can go on the automation is within Go High Level. Now, this is going to be different for you if you're setting up on Zapier with a different CRM. We can talk about that in a future video, or you can follow the instructions on Appointwise. But if you're using Go High Level, then you'll already have these automations set up based on when you logged into Go High Level when you set up your Appointwise account. So we're going to edit the trigger, and this is where we add new triggers for turning on the AI. Okay, so this one is going to be contact created. So when a contact is created, then what's going to happen is it's going to go ahead and add a tag on the system. And so this has actually just got a solar one by default, and then turning on the AI. But in our instance, we want to change the tag to be for our bot. And so I'm going to go ahead and go on Appointwise. We're going to go AI agents. This is our tag. Okay, we can also edit that here if you want to know where that is. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to add that tag. We're going to hit save action. It's going to go and turn on the AI, and it always automatically knows based on the tag which AI to turn on. We're going to hit save and just check this is all correct. Yes, it is. I'm going to save. That's published. That's all good. That is all we need to do. Why is it saying unsaved? Save again. That is all we need to do to set up the trigger. So now if we go over to contacts, I'm going to add myself as a contact. Let's just add an email address. Okay, we're going to have a mobile number. Now, when we go ahead and we save that contact, it should go ahead and trigger the automation from Appointwise. So let me just get my screen recording set up before it does send me that text. I already received the text before the screen recording. I could even get to the screen recording. Here we are. I don't know if you see this right now. I'm also screen recording on my phone, but I just want to show you that before, and I'll throw up the screen recording. This is actually going to be the part of the video that you've already seen at the start where I showed you the demo, okay? Because I can only show you the demo when I've actually got this. Okay, you've already seen me go through that demo, so I'm not going to show you again, but that is the full agent built and deployed. And if this has interested you and you want to learn how you can sell agents like this to businesses and start an agency, I'm going to put a card around here where you can learn how to start an AI lead generation agency right now. And if you haven't already, drop a comment down below and let me know your current situation. I want to get to know you some more. Okay, subscribe for more, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.